and good evening. Welcome to the Eco Living Ideas second Eco Chat. I've hopped on a few minutes early, so hopefully those that are interested will get a little notification and you can join me for this evening's chat. My name is Jen. I am the owner and founder of Eco Living Ideas. My mission is to create a community and a platform which allows my customers and followers to begin or to continue on their eco journey with ease, basically, by providing information, facts and beautiful eco-friendly products. I take all of the guesswork out of being eco-friendly. So tonight we are going to be talking about veganism, about the benefits on the environment of being vegan. I'm not going to touch on the health side of things at all because I'm not a health professional, but we're going to talk about the environmental impact of veganism. And if you are not interested in being a vegan, which a lot of people aren't, there are still things that you can do to help reduce your impact in that area. So if you are there, please say hello, give me a wave or a like or a love heart or a comment. And don't forget that you can ask questions at any point throughout the chat. It's not going to be a long one today because it is my birthday, so happy birthday to me. And yeah, I don't want to talk for too long because I'm going to go and chill out with my husband, have a glass of fizz and watch a film. So I won't keep you too long this evening. This week, as I said, we're talking about veganism. Last week we spoke about natural skincare and eco-friendly skincare. And next week, due to the popularity of a post that I've had in a few different groups, I'm going to chat about eco bricks, about how to make them and what to do with them and things like that. So if you've got any questions on that beforehand, please do let me know. The video, if you are watching this on catch up later on, then thank you for joining me. The video will be in the community group under the Eco Chat topic, and it will also be on my YouTube channel and as a blog post on my website. So you can watch it in many places at any time and ask questions, and I will always respond to you when I get the chance to. So thank you for watching live and thank you for catching up. Is there anybody there? If there's someone there and you can hear me, can you just give me a sign, please? I think I've got a couple of people, but I'm not entirely sure. So I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. If you have been following me for a while, then you'll probably already know about the 90-day plan, but it's a completely free guide to being more eco-friendly and improving your eco journey. I'll pop a link to that in the comments when I finish chatting, and that also links through to sign up to the Eco Living Ideas newsletter. Please feel free to share this video into other groups and onto your news feeds and things if you think you've got friends and family that would be interested. So tonight we're going to just cover some facts and figures about the animal agricultural industry. We're going to cover some information on what impact becoming a vegan can have, some easy switches to make if you don't want to be vegan, and some alternatives that I found this month because I've been doing Veganuary. So yeah, like I said, if you have any questions at any point throughout, then please do feel free to ask them, and I'll either answer as we go through or I will answer at the end. So I'm going to be glancing at my computer quite a lot this evening because there's a lot of facts that I have not been able to memorise, so apologies in advance. So the definition of vegan, I'm going to read this. Veganism is a philosophy and way of living which seeks to exclude, as far as is possible and practicable, all forms of exploitation of and cruelty to animals for food, clothing or any other purpose, and by extension promotes the development and use of animal-free alternatives for the benefit of animals, humans and the environment. In dietary terms, it denotes the practice of dispensing with all products derived wholly or partly from animals. So it's not just about eating vegan food, it is about implementing those principles in other areas of your life. So sort of leather products, wool carpets. I know very strict vegans don't sort of go to visit zoos and things like that. So it covers more than just food is what I am saying, and what that definition is saying that I pinched as well. So some facts for you. Methane has a global warming potential 86 times that of CO2 across a 20-year time frame. So methane is obviously what cows produce, and yeah, is much more harmful than CO2. So that's something to consider. Livestock is responsible for 65% of all human-related emissions of nitrous oxide, a greenhouse gas with 296 times the global warming potential of carbon dioxide, and which stays in the atmosphere for 150 years. So again, livestock obviously has a huge portion in that. Hello to the new people that have joined us. Thank you for being here. I've only just started really. I've been chatting for a few minutes, so you haven't missed anything apart from me going on. Fracking water, so water used in hydraulic fracturing. The use for that ranges from 70 to 140 billion gallons annually. The animal agriculture water consumption, so the water needed for livestock and things like that, ranges from 34 to 76 trillion gallons annually. So fracking is 70 to 140 billion, and animal agriculture is 34 to 76 trillion. Quite a big difference in that one. Growing feed crops for livestock consumes 56% of water in the US. Couldn't find the UK figure for that one, but I still thought it was quite a relevant figure. 2,500 gallons of water are needed to produce 1 pound of beef. Meat provides, this I found this really interesting, meat provides around 18% of our calories, but farming for that meat takes 83% of farmland globally. So although, the comparison between what we're actually putting into our body and what it takes to produce it is not sort of on a comparative level. And the final fact I've got, an estimated 33%, so a third of all of the croplands globally are used to grow animal feed. So only 2/3 of it are sort of other things, and a third of it is just to feed the animals that we then consume. So yeah, a bit backwards really, but there we go. Moving on, by the way, please do shout. I've still not had any likes or anything. I hope you can hear me. Can somebody give me something so I know that you're there? I can see that there's people watching, but can't tell if you can hear me or not. I hope you can. Anyway, I'm going to carry on in the vague hope that you can hear me. So, what impact being vegan can have? So, according to a University of Oxford study, if everybody, and this is everybody on the planet, cut meat and dairy from their diet, there could be a 49% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions from food production, a 76% reduction in land use for food production, so 76% of deforestation for agriculture, which causes carbon to be released into the atmosphere, is driven by the need for land for animal feed and pasture. So I think it's an acre of the rainforest is destroyed every minute, and that is for either growing crops to feed animals or for animals to live on. So yeah, it's not just about methane and carb and global warming and that type of thing. There is actually, you know, on earth problems that we can physically see happening. A 49% reduction in eutrophication, where nutrients from fertilizers run into lakes and rivers, damaging ecosystems and reducing biodiversity. So this is if everybody cut out meat and dairy, there would be 49% reduction in that. Obviously there's less water usage and less CO2 emissions as individuals. But, and the only thing with this is that is if everybody in the world cut meat and dairy, which of course would put strains on other food groups like nuts and grains and seeds that we would then have to farm more of and more intensely to balance it out. So, you know, it's maybe better to look at it as a little of everything rather than a lot of one thing, is one way of looking at it. So I thought, I know a lot of people are not interested in becoming vegan, and they don't sort of, it's one of the things that is like, oh no, I'm not doing that. And that's fine, it isn't for everybody. However, there are still things that you can do to have a positive impact and to help reduce these figures, even if you want to keep eating meat and dairy products. So these are some ideas that I had. So eat less meat, for starters. So you could try to have 2 to 3 vegetarian or vegan based meals a week. This is your main meal. That's really simple to do. You know, if you're making a lasagna or a bolognese, use a meat alternative, or have like a veggie curry, that type of thing. So just switch your regular meals and just have them plant-based rather than meat-based. Look for a vegan label on non-food products. Now, we looked at this last week in the skincare, but sort of make sure that your skincare hasn't been tested on animals and things like that is quite important. And clothes and textiles as well. Just be more conscious and more aware. This is a big one. Make sure that the meat that you do buy is local. Now, there's many bonuses to this. So one of those is that you're supporting a local business and local farmers. The other is that meat is not being shipped from abroad. It's more likely it's going to be fresher because it's local, but it will help reduce the carbon emissions and the carbon impact that the meat has because it's not being ferried around the globe. So if you are eating meat, eat local meat. And try to buy products in terms of fruit and veg. Try to buy them when they're in season. Now, this isn't a particularly easy one in this country because there's a lot of stuff that we can't grow year round. But if you can get it and you can source it and you can eat local sort of seasonal fruit and veg, then try to do that as much as possible because that again will reduce the carbon impact of the fruit and veg. I've nearly finished. I hope this is making sense and everyone's enjoying it. Don't know who's there, but if you are, then thank you for being here. So finally, I have been taking part in Veganuary, as I mentioned earlier. It's something that, having watched a few documentaries, has really sort of spiked my interest, more for the environmental factors than anything else. And I thought that whilst everything is on offer in the supermarket, I would give some alternatives a go. So here's what I found. Alpro vegan yogurt is good. Got the thumbs up from everybody in the family, and actually didn't know that it wasn't dairy yogurt. So yeah, try some vegan yogurt. The Tesco one was okay. It wasn't as good, but it was still fine. So give that a go. If you go into the supermarket this week, it's all on offer, so just grab a pot of that instead. Vegan butter everyone seems to be happy with that. We've tried some different vegan ice creams, and they were really nice as well. Plant-based milk. I personally don't drink a lot of milk. I use it in cooking, so I've tried to switch that. So things like if I'm making like a bechamel sauce, I'll use soy milk. I made custard with almond milk the other week, which everybody really liked. I've bought some oat milk for kids, which is like a fortified one with vitamins, which the girls haven't tried yet, but you know, they will do at some point. And I use oat and almond milk in smoothies and things like that. So there's some different plant-based milks that you can try. I think there are now some that are good in tea and coffee, but I've not tried them myself because I don't really drink it. But yeah, a bit of a trial and error. We've also had some veggie mozzarella burgers from Linda McCartney, which were good, and tofu, which I'm getting used to. It's not my favourite food, more of a texture thing than a taste, but it's fine. But yeah, my point is, go and have a look when you go shopping this week and just try a couple of vegan alternatives and see if you can just cut back on those animal and dairy products if you can. Finally, I've nearly finished. If you want to learn a little bit more, I will pop some links in the comments. But there's some amazing documentaries around at the moment. So there was the Feast to Save the Planet that was on the BBC. That's still on iPlayer at the moment. I think there's another sort of 3 weeks left for that. There's Game Changers on Netflix and Cowspiracy, which I've watched on Netflix as well. But if you just type into a search engine, vegan documentaries, there's quite a lot that come up. So have a look, educate yourself on the different matters surrounding it and sort of the environmental impact that it can have. The Game Changers is more of a health impact or not, and sort of the comparison there. But I will pop some links in the comments. And if you do have any questions or comments on anything that I've said or opinions, I would love to hear them. So please do share them with me. And finally, before I forget, it is my birthday today, as I mentioned. Until midnight tonight, I am offering 10% off on the website on skincare products with the code birthday treat. So hopefully if you're watching this, it's before midnight on Monday the 18th of January, and you can go and grab yourself a little bit of a bargain. And if you're watching it after then sorry, you missed out. But I'll be doing more offers, and there's a party at the end of the month, so there's all sorts of wonderful things going on. Thank you to those who have joined. Like I say, I hope it has made sense. There's been a lot of numbers thrown in there, but it was just a quick one, not something that I am an expert at in any way. It was just the research that I'd done, the things I'd seen and found out and heard, and some products that I'd tried. So give me some likes and loves and some comments and questions, and I will catch up with you all soon. Good evening and bye bye.